First, let's take a look in the service manual and see what are the steps in order to change the rear brake pads. First, we have to loosen the pad pin and remove the caliper mounting bolt. As you can see here, the pad pin is number 1. Then we have number 2, the caliper mounting bolt. Then pivot the caliper body up and remove the pad pin and brake pads. This is the pad spring, has to be installed in position. Then install the brake pads so their ends are rest on the pad retainer properly. And then we have to install the brake pads, number 2 here, so that their ends are rest on the pad retainer properly. This is the pad retainer we have to see in the video. I will explain at the end of the video these tips and tricks which you have to consider before starting this procedure, which may look simple, but you have to make it properly in order to install the brake pads correctly. Then we have to lower the caliper body and loosenly install a new caliper mounting bolt. This is how they are recommended to install a new caliper mounting bolt. Check that the pad pin stopper ring is in a good condition and replace if it's necessary. This is the pad pin stopper ring number 2. This is a rubber ring which you have to inspect it, see if it's okay, and then replace it if it's necessary. Coat the pad pin stopper ring with silicone grease. Install the pad pin number 3. This is the pad pin by pushing the pads against the pad spring. Tighten a new caliper mounting bolt to the specified torque. So the pin pad has also 70 Newton meters, 22 for the caliper mounting bolt. Operate the brake pedal to seat the caliper piston against the pad. This is the last thing. Then we have to make a brake disc inspection. Visually inspect the brake disc for damage or cracks. Measure the brake disc according to hydraulic brake specification. This is page 18, and replace if necessary. Just to make a short overview for the rear brakes, we have a brake disc thickness of 6 millimeter standard. Service limit, it's 5 millimeter. They say brake disc warpage 0.30 service limit. And we have the master cylinder diameter 40 millimeters, caliper cylinder diameter 38.18 millimeters. These are the numbers. You can also inspect the brake pads where you have a sign on the brake pads. For the rear, replace the brake pads if either pad is worn to the bottom of wear limit groove. And you can see here for the rear, you have some signs for the wear limit. You need to check them. I sometimes check both the signs, but also how much the piston caliper goes out of the caliper, and now I can see, or the sound. You can change. This is a standard procedure, but everything needs to be checked before. Let's say a few words after all this procedure is done, changing the rear brake pads for the Honda Transalp 750. We have the main bolt, which is located here. That's a 12mm bolt located here on the rear side. Then we have another one, which is a 6 imbus key, hex key, which we're gonna use here to take out the complete brake caliper in order to work easily on the pads. To take them out, we have another 8mm bolt, which we're gonna take out as well in order to release the pads. What we have to be careful about is, first, here on the rear we have a rubber holder, which we have to take care that will go straight behind this caliper. So this caliper has like a buffer, like a bumper, a rubber bumper, which has to be straight, and it's also greased with a white grease inside to protect the bolt. So you have to take care that this stays straight. Then on there is a clamp. As you can see there on the back side, there is a clamp. You need to make sure that, especially for the pad which is located close to the spokes, you need to take care that it will fit perfectly on that clamp, the same way as it is on the front. So everything should fit perfectly. You cannot be mistaken, you cannot put them other way. This is the final result, and some things to consider before mounting these pads. It's a 5-minute job, so you can do it for yourself. Don't forget at the end to press the rear brake. These are the EBC brake pads, V-pad, semi-synthered formula. There are different types of formulas for this EBC brake pads. So we have now the V pads, which are longer life, R90 approved material for heavier bikes such as cruiser, big twins, and for off-road dual-purpose bikes. So in our case, for our dual-purpose bike, our Honda Transalp 750, we have the V pads. Let's see how much they will last. These ones, consider that I'm riding off-road and I pressed quite often the rear brake pad. The rear brake, I was pressing it quite a lot. And considering that a lot of mud, dust, sand accumulated on the rear, and that made the pads last not so much. I have barely made 15,000 kilometers out of them, considering the purpose I was riding this bike. So if you're riding on a street, don't worry, I still have 80% left on the front, but on the rear you see 15,000 kilometers done with the OEM pads, riding off-road and on different off-road conditions, mud, rain. 15,000 kilometers. Let's see how much this EBC will last. They were quite cheap, so about 20 euros, not more than that. I declare myself satisfied with this price. Let's see how long do they last, because I'm very pleased with the experience with EBC brakes, which I also used for my SH150i scooter. Let's see. I look forward. I hope this video was useful for some of you. Until next time, bye bye.